What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Purple and Gold Bars Live. Ooh, we made it to another hot take review. Let me set this up a little bit. Oh, put that on the top. How's everybody doing today? Let's go. Let's freaking go, guys. Let's see. Let me open up a tab. Holy shit, that fucking dab was huge. Okay. Holy shit. I hope y'all are as excited about the regular season as I am. I hope you guys are excited for home opener. I hope you guys are coming. I can't wait to see everybody at Skullfest. And now, let's see what we got on first things first. We're gonna just head to the old first thing. Jesus Christ. Let's share screen. There we are. Let's drop into that. Let's go. Holy shit, guys. How did we do this yesterday? Show comments on stage. We'll do it that way. Yeah. Let's go. So let's do a quick skim to see if we can see anything off of first things first. Over the last, they're not even doing much of anything right now. You would think. All right, okay. Let's see what's going on with the herd. If not, we got some other. Oh, you know what? Let's do a little warm up. Let's react. Good gravy! What a freaking turn of events over in Indianapolis. Woo! Oh, here's something we can react to. Colin Cowherd's freaking top 10 NFL teams. Danny Dimes gets another chance to be the starting quarterback. Samuel, what is going on, Mr. Samuel? Thank you for joining me. We're doing a little bit of hot take review. We're just hanging out, chilling, relaxing, and we are going to see.
I kind of feel like you got coaching changes, free agency, draft, development, OTAs, training camp, preseason. I kind of feel like I know.
Herd hierarchy.
Right, herd hierarchy. Let's see what he says.
The top 10 NFL teams according to college. Number
like
10.
Detroit lost both coordinators who were excellent, lost a couple of their best offensive linemen on the interior. That's an issue. That's why they addressed it in this draft. They've already had injuries in this preseason. And so they're the fourth NFL team to lose both coordinators in the last 25 years. It's hard. Go ask Philadelphia. And especially when they're elite coordinators that get head coaching jobs.
Exactly.
So the division's better, lost their coordinators.
Well, I said yesterday, man, I'll be surprised if
Detroit
wins 10
number
games
9.
this season.
Green Bay. Very
Green Bay,
quiet
number
camp.
9?
Now, Jordan Love struggled in the division last year. He was 1-5, only beat the Bears barely. So that's a little concerning, but they upgraded their receiving core. They've added some nice pieces, not necessarily game changers, although they improved the interior of their offensive line. And I just think they've had a quiet camp. I'm not worried about the Jordan Love left hand injury at all. I think this is a well-run operation. I like teams that are quiet in July and August. They have been. I have them at 9.
Number.
God damn, Colin. Colin. What a terrible take. All these, you know how I know you're wrong, because during that entire time you mentioned that he struggled in multiple areas like 3 times. You said the word struggle like 3 times. Usually teams that are in the top 10 don't struggle. They're not holding themselves back. They're not messing up. Their quarterback isn't freaking underperforming or regressing. So I don't know what Colin's smoking here, but come
The
out.
Rams. I would have them much
What is
higher. I'd have
going
them
on?
2 or 3, but the Matt Stafford injury is concerning. No team played more rookies than the Rams last year, which you'd think is a bad thing, but they were also the least penalized team in the league. They have a smart, young, hyper-aggressive defense that will be the key to their team, not Matt Stafford. But you got to have Stafford on the field. They're not particularly strong at backup. The division's solid. Rams at number 8.
Number 7.
The Commanders.
How does he continue to justify teams where half of the freaking the moment when you're supposed to be talking about all the strengths and why they are so dominant, why they are a top 10 team in the NFL, and you spend half the time talking about the negatives and the weaknesses and what's holding them back? Doesn't seem like a very good list so
have them
far.
higher. I don't like the Terry McLaurin vibe. I think you have to give
I'm
young
high
quarterbacks
on Washington
dependable
still based on what they did last year,
weapons.
but I'm
Their
thinking
offensive line
8,
is still
9.
okay.
You know, it is what it is.
Debo will help, but I think
I know,
the
right?
Giants
Like the Rams are just like old and busted, you know, and if things don't go right, they got a great pass rush, right? They got a great run, they got great run stopping, but things go sideways for them. They're trash.
could be a tough, mediocre team.
There's so many better
Philadelphia's not
teams.
going backwards. So I think there's some tough games on the schedule. Back-to-back playoff teams from last year to no, that's Green Bay. I think Washington overall is going to be good. I do not think they'll end up in the NFC Championship. So they may take a step back in how they finish, but I still think they'll be a very viable, fun team to watch and a playoff team.
Okay.
Number 6.
Seattle, back-to-back drafts that I like. They are going to
I'm not
rely
upset
on
with
that
this
run.
one. I'm not
Do
gonna
I
let
do
them-
a bit of number? I like their
Number 5.
Kansas
Kansas
City.
City at
But for
5.
the last 2 seasons, they've been number 15
Yo,
in
what do you think, Sam? Does that seem too low or too about right?
scoring offense. All right, so they're getting old at tight end. Chris Jones is not getting younger. I really like the hierarchy of the franchise, but they're not going to go 11-0 in one-score games. The division's tougher. God, if they could go 8-4 in one-score games, you'd feel great about it. But I think they're built for the postseason. Great coaching, great quarterback, old weapon. But I think they'll get dinged up in the regular season. I have Kansas City. They're still waiting on that Rashee Rice news on the suspension. That doesn't help because I thought he developed into a volume number 1 wide receiver, maybe a lower tier 1, but a 1. I have him at 5.
At 5. You know, a lot of good points there, but the one thing I will defend the Chiefs here in one aspect. Spagnuolo, their defensive coordinator, is one of those guys that in the NFL for the past few years, they talk in such high regard, and how he's unique and how he does things his own way, and he's kind of like Brian Flores in that way, where like he's not like every other defensive coordinator. He's unique, and he brings his own his own knowledge and experience. Really plays a factor to the way that they play defense over there in Kansas City. And so Jones is getting older, and things might be maybe thinner and not as deep as they have been in the year before. But when you got guys like that have got crazy schemes and are a bit of a rocket scientist when it comes to the defense, you can never really count out their defense and what they can produce with guys that we may not even give any credit to, right? So maybe 4 would be maybe better in my opinion.
Number 4.
Broncos. Listen, they didn't just add players, they added elite players. Dre Greenlaw, Evan Ingram, Hufanga at safety. Last year's defense was good and aggressive. Why would it go backwards? So again, Bo Nix in a second year. The O-line is rated number 2 according to PFF in preseason. So last year caught us by surprise. This year, all their good young players are a year older in the system of Sean Payton. I have Denver at number 4.
Number 3.
Baltimore.
Wow.
Are they going to win 75% of their games with Lamar Jackson? Number 1 total
I think
offense
it's
last season, top 10 scoring defense. They do everything well. I mean, they really do. They can throw it. They can run it. Special teams, defense, culture.
shut up, Colin. I am dumbfounded about what I just saw there. Don't get me wrong. I like the story. I fucking hate Sean Payton just because of what he did in the Minneapolis Miracle game. But 4 for the Denver Broncos, I want whatever fucking Colin Cowherd is smoking because that is fucking outrageous. 4 for the Denver Broncos. Better than the Chiefs. All around better team than the Chiefs. I like what they're doing with their young up-and-coming defense, but they're still fairly untested. You know what I mean? So, oh my goodness, they're young and fucking... We could see an epic fucking meltdown from Bo Nix. Like you can never... You know what I mean? Like that... Oh my God, what is Colin Cowherd smoking? Here, let's fast forward to... Here it is. Now let's bring it back on the screen so you can see this ridiculousness. Right off the bat, I'm seeing three teams that have no business being in the top 10. As good as the Rams could be potentially, they are not good enough to be top 10. There are far better teams in the league than them. Broncos as well. Green Bay as well. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, unfucking believable. Colin Cowherd has definitely, he fucking slipped in the fucking shower room or something, or hit his head in the fucking steam room. Fucking heat got to him and he fucking passed out or something, lost some fucking brain cells. I don't know what happened to Colin Cowherd, but that is the dumbest fucking take I've ever seen. The Broncos, the Rams, and the Packers. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Who would I take ahead? Let's see who's up there. Who's up there? We got the Bills, Ravens, yeah. So I like everybody. Seattle probably would have been way low for me. I think they're probably Lions at 10, Seattle at 8, Washington at 9, and then Broncos are fucking definitely out of there. Like, who was better last year? Buccaneers ended up with like a 12-3 record, didn't they? I might even shuffle everything up one and put the Buccaneers at fucking 10 or 9. Right? That takes the bottom 5 out of the way. We can move the Chiefs to 4 because I do think in comparison, top to bottom roster and everything, I think these 3 teams here have now this year should overtake Kansas City. The thing with Kansas City is that they're just a sneaky team, all around good team that if you're not paying attention, they can sneak a win out of a game that they should have lost. You know what I mean? We've seen a ton of that time and time again. They find ways, and their defensive schemes and their defensive, the defense keeps them in the games. And sometimes they're in games that they have no business being in. They're trying to, they potentially have a scoring drive or a tying drive at the very end of the game. Looking to force some stuff. So you can't really count them out. But I don't think they're the juggernaut that they used to be. Travis Kelce, I said this right as soon as he started dating freaking Taylor Swift that he's gonna lose interest. He's gonna break her, and not in a way of like sabotaging or anything like that, but like he's flying to go see her. He's a lot more taxing on the body and whatnot. So we saw a little bit on the field. He didn't produce. He didn't look at times like Travis Kelce, right? So I don't know. What do you think, Samuel? Um, who would we bring up out? I think there's one team missing there. I think it's our Minnesota Vikings. I think we are a much better team. I think I think from 1 to 3 here, you could easily freaking they could easily be interchangeable, right? 1, 2, and 3. I think we can all agree that on any given Sunday, you know what I mean, these 3 teams are so fucking dangerous that they can go toe to toe with each other and literally anybody in the team, any in the league, and they can blow out anybody, including the top 3. So that's a statement, and I have to say for these top 3 teams. Kansas City, out of respect, I honestly think the Vikings probably come in here at 5th. Our roster, our potential, not I don't want to talk about potential with JJ. Our roster, what we have with KOC, what we have with Brian Flores, what we have with our core guys that are on defense, our breakout potential, our generational talent at wide receiver. I think we're ahead of Seattle, Washington, Tampa Bay, and the Lions. And then what was the other team that I said that deserved to be up there? I think that was it. I think that counted all. But either way, regardless, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely wouldn't freaking put Green Bay up there. Jesus Christ. Or the Denver Broncos at fucking 4. Jesus Christ, Colin Cowherd. Can we get someone over to the Fox Studios to, to figure out what the hell's wrong with fucking good gravy? Oh, how about the freaking news with old Micah Parsons, eh? And sounds like Jerry Jones doesn't care about overpaying him, but he's loving this freaking drama that's going on. Let's see what we got out of Rich Eisen. Do we have anything about our Vikings? He tends to give our Vikings some love over the past couple weeks. About 2 or 3 days back. 6 days ago. Nothing about Oh, here we go. Let's react to something right here. We got Kurt Warner talking about second-year NFL quarterback. So Caleb Williams, Drake May, Bo Nix.
Any rookies right now out there that you're like, a lot of promise, a lot of promise. I like this guy.
I mean, I think, you could look at, go back to your point real quick, is that I think you make a good point, because when I was growing up, I never had a personal quarterback coach. Like, I never had anybody that I went and worked with, day in and day out, or going through the draft process or what. Like, it was always on my own, kind of learning and then taking things for different coaches, where a lot of these guys do now. They have this team around them, or they've got this, QB guru that they go to and maybe has been coaching them for years. And so, maybe that is the guy that they go to mentor, and they don't need as you said, a lot of cooks in the kitchen. So that is something that I think is different with the landscape. Going to your question about, young quarterbacks, and I'm not ready to say about the rookies yet, but I tell you what, the class from last year, was really fun to watch, the ones that played last year. I'm really excited to see them in year two. Jaden Daniels, Drake May, I was really impressed with the way that he played. Excited to see him in year two. Michael Penix, we just got a touch of what he did, but I was a big fan coming out of college and thought he showed some really good things. Bo Nix had a really good year and got better and better and better. J.J. McCarthy, I think we're all excited to see that, hey, Sam Darnold was awesome, but, they felt.
Or is he wearing like Invisalign or something there? What the fuck is going on?
So strongly about JJ that they're like, hey, let's push him, to Seattle and let's go with the guy that we drafted. And so I'm really excited to see that draft class. I mean, they were really, really good last year. Want to see if they can stack something on top of it and show that improvement this year because, very seldom do you see that many guys that look like they hit in one quarterback class, but it sure looked like we had a number of guys that really have the potential. I didn't even mention Caleb, which I think I'm really excited to see him in this new offense with what Ben Johnson does and see if, we can kind of throw a little bit of that rookie year out, and see where he can grow this year and if he can kind of step into that number one pick role too. But I'm really excited about all those guys. I think they all showed some moments last year that you could build off them, and it has to have their fan base and their organizations really excited.
I couldn't agree more with Kurt Warner. Outside of the fact that I think that this is AI, I'm pretty sure it's his voice in his ideas. He may have just like recorded the audio for them, and then I don't know. This just doesn't look fucking real to me. But anyways, yeah, it makes some good points when it comes to this second year draft class. I think everybody saw some flashes and some good stuff. Like for us, it came in the preseason, but for everybody else, we saw a lot of stuff from Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, right? We saw a lot of cool stuff. Drake May, right? So it's gonna be cool to see how JJ kind of steps into this season and show what he's been doing, because from what I was able to gather through all last year and trying to stay kind of in the loop from reporting and just kind of seeing, he was there. Like after his surgery, there was a little bit of time there, of course, where he was recuperating, but once he was well enough, he was in the facility, he was in the meetings, he was a sponge, you know what I mean? So it's a great for me, it's just something that leads to his work ethic, and I'm hoping that's the reason why he looked very poised to me, right? I didn't see a ton of mental errors. I didn't see like I was talking about yesterday with JJ, right? All the super rookie mistakes, the jitters, he didn't look uncomfortable. I didn't see him like hand off the ball to the right when the running back was lined up to his left. Like all those easy procedural stuff. We didn't see like a delay of game, or did we see delay? No, we didn't see delay of game from him and whatnot. So like, he seemed like he was there and he was just trying to play what was given to him. And so, over a large sample size this first year, hopefully it turns out that he's we do very, very well with him. So I'm excited, very freaking excited. Let's see what Rich Eisen has to say here.
Is there a sophomore slump?
Or not Rich Eisen.
Why does that seem to always kind of happen every year? You kind of see it.
Yeah.
Like I saw it with CJ Stroud and I went, oh, like first year it was like, oh, this guy's got the break. And then even with Baker, it like first year he's out, boom. And then second year, I'm like, wait, what's going on? Why does that happen?
Yeah. I think usually two things in my opinion. The first thing is we always say that, nobody really has a book on you until you play a full season. And by that, I mean, to look at your tendencies and what you like to do and where you're really good and what kind of things gave you trouble on a season. Do you get a season under your belt and people can start building this and start looking at the analytics and where did you struggle and you struggle against pressure, was really good against pressure, those kinds of things. And so I think that's the first thing is the more you play, the more people start to understand who you are and what you do, and they try to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. They gather all that information. Once that tape, for really quickly, TLDR, right? Once they got the tape on you, right, they can force you to play to your weaknesses if they are really, really talented when it comes to defense, right? Or vice versa, offense, if we're looking, if they're scouting the defense, right? But great point when he's talking to you about second year quarterback play, which is a big factor. What's the second factor? Maybe as an input from retired quarterback, something that I completely can't even think of.
I think the second thing, I remember back to that first year in '99. I don't want to say the game was easy, but it felt like, we had kind of a new offense that year. I was new to the scene, but it felt like that first year that I was throwing to my first read a lot. Like nobody really knew what we were offensively. And so, I was getting kind of drop back. Oh, my first guy's open. I just got to play pitch and catch with them. And then you get into the second and third year. And even though the stats might not have been as good, I would always think, oh man, I'm playing better football because teams are taking away my number one and I'm working quickly to number three. And I'm able to process information. I'm getting through all this stuff. And that's what they do is they start to go, okay, this is kind of how their offense is built. Let's take that away and let's force the quarterback to get beyond number one, to have to see things, to disguise things a little bit more. And so now, these quarterbacks in year two, even though they may be a little better quarterback, it's harder to play the position because teams know who you are. They're trying to take what you do away well, trying to take what your offense does away, and now you've got to process. You've got to see things. You've got to get through your reads faster. And if you can't do that, if you're not quite ready to do that, boom, there's where your sophomore slump comes in. There's where you fall back a little bit, and you've got to grow as a quarterback to become better at processing that information, getting through things quickly, knowing what you need to see, and then getting the ball out of your hands.
Catch the Rich Eisen
Yeah,
show.
That's exactly what we did to CJ Stroud last year. When we do a really good job of already putting that pressure on any quarterback. But like Brian Flores does a really good job of putting these guys in a freaking blender. And CJ Stroud struggled last year. And so it's awesome to have that supporting our offense and giving us hopefully some extra downs, some added 3-and-1s, so more chances for our young quarterback, specifically hopefully in the early part of the year, so that he gets more reps, more drives under his belt. So he's like by like week 8-9, JJ's like full like groove, and he's just comfortable and not looking back. You know what I mean? And it's going to take some extremely nuanced, like super situational instances for things to go wrong. But hopefully we can try to prevent that from happening with good support around old JJ McCarthy. But let's see what the Vikings channel. Oh, I don't even want to I just don't care, to be honest. It's freaking retard, but I just don't care. Let's be real. If they want to have some rah fucking sis boom ba fucking boys out there, let them have them, man. I ain't hurting anybody. Let's just fucking worry about what's on the field and the fucking the hype up crew on the sidelines. Where the fuck is the Vikings channel? There it is. Oh yeah, Samuel. Whoa. All right, so let's see here. 4 hours ago, we got a video that they just uploaded from the press conference with Josh Metellus. Ooh. Let's see here. Look at this. Let's take a moment and watch some camp highlights for old JJ McCarthy.
Switching my phone plan to public mobile means.
Oh, shut it. Shut it. These commercials really got me down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Let's go. Let's go, JJ.
I'm a perfectionist, and I want everything to be perfect out there. And just being able to, you know, take it day to day and, you know, really hone in on just every single throw.
I like his athleticism. I like his footwork. That was a nice ball. Fucking scramble and run. Let's fucking go.
Just committing to our way, our team, our process, trying to be the most connected, consistent, resilient, and relentless team that we can be. And, you know, I'm just here to fill a role and play my role and, you know, do my job the best of my ability.
Let's fucking go. That's the answer we need to hear from our young man.
You know, I just try to focus on day by day, you know, step by step. You know, this group of guys is, you know, one of the most special groups I've ever been around. You know, I'm excited to see the boys work when it's game time.
I'm excited to see the boys work. How about you guys? Oh, man, that's looking good. All right. Kevin O'Connell 4 days ago. This is messages from high school coaches. No way. That's probably fucking awesome. Let's take a nice little wholesome moment here. You guys haven't seen this stuff. Whoa. You gotta check this out. Let's go. You made him. You made it, brother.
Oh, snap.
This video for Kobe King, one of our illustrious alumni. Kobe, we're proud of you. You chose Cass Tech because this was part of your plan to get to the day to make it to the NFL. You had a heck of a work ethic. You were determined. You're full speed. You were a student of the game. You're physical. And foremost, you're a leader here, on and off the field.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Coach Rush. Set a goal and something you want to attain daily and be intentional towards it. Just focus on getting better as an individual and as a team. Hey, shout out Cass Tech, CT.
Hey, Ty, I just want to...
Kobe King hopefully comes in here and freaking wins a spot and starts producing early. Maybe we got a nice little
let you know how proud we all are of you. I think that I'm most grateful for your relentless competitive energy that you always brought to practice. Not only did I get a chance to coach you, but I got a chance to witness that, and that helped our culture.
He means a lot to me. He's somebody that took me in when I was kind of boneheaded young kid in high school. He's somebody that took me in and really helped me be the person and player I am today, not on the field, but off the field as well. I just want to shout out Stonebridge High School, Stonebridge Bulldogs, and Ashburn, Virginia. I hope you guys have a great season. I can't wait to see what you guys do this year.
Hey, Gavin, on behalf of your former coaches at Blue Mountain High School, we want to wish you nothing but the best. We're super proud of all of your accomplishments. Best of luck, Gavin. You're the best tight end I've ever coached and quarterback as well. Congratulations, Gavin, from your neighbor.
Quarterback.
I think that just shaped me into the man I am today. Really taught me like responsibility and, you know, ownership about everything. So shout out Blue Mountain High School. Home.
Donovan, you were drafted in the first round by the Minnesota Vikings, not just to be that anchor on the O-line or that pillar in the community. You were drafted to be that foundational piece that brings a Super Bowl home to Minnesota.
You got to believe in yourself or anyone else does.
Oh, yeah, I'm following
to those kids, you know, out in Bel Air, Episcopal, Texas, putting on the EHS helmets, man. Just keep fighting, keep going. Shout out EHS, man. Go Knights.
Ariane, on behalf of the Gaffney High School football staff, we'd like to wish you congratulations and good luck going into your rookie season. Keep setting big goals for yourself. Keep competing. There's no doubt you'll go down as one of the legendary Minnesota Vikings.
I played football my whole life, but I had never met a coach like this who was just so invested in me on and off the field, who just wanted the best for me. That's my guy. Coach Birch.
That's awesome, man. You gotta love when they put stuff out like that. I love when they put out freaking those videos with the player wives and they ask them questions on if they know their husbands. Some of these ladies, man, they know their freaking their man. They freaking support their guys, and I love that that atmosphere that all it seems to kind of be around from all different areas, the coaches, the players' wives. Like, what an awesome atmosphere and culture in Minnesota. I fucking love it. Let's see what Jonathan Grenard. Oh, that's a long one. Let's see if we can find something. Let's hear from Josh Metellus.
Who's the new guy?
Ow, Canadian Tire. My goodness. These commercials get me down. Let's go.
It was really fun. I think just to be able to get a game-like atmosphere and a game feeling, get out here, warm up and go, no indie special teams, all of that stuff, playing real football. I think the coaches do a great job of scripting things up to, make sure we get those lengthy drives and that, feeling your chest popping out your shoulder pads kind of feeling, still being able to communicate and be out here with the guys has been really fun. To get this kind of closure before, we head into next week, which is obviously getting ready for week 1. So, today was a great day. We had great weather out here today. No fans, we got quiet mind. It was a good day.
Is it hard to hold back though? At one point, you could have blown up 33.
Yeah,
but you can't, right?
It is, but that's about being a pro and learning how to practice. I told guys today, you get a chance to put a body on a guy or, feel what it's like to get as close to a tackle, do it. Hefe had a good rep of that with Jay Sean, and I had a couple good reps where, I felt like I could have, but, it's about taking care of your teammates and learning how to practice. And I've been doing it long enough to make sure, I know that's going to be a tackle in the game, a big one, so I'm ready.
What a good guy, man. He's all about freaking really putting in the work and really making sure that his team also is excelling and his work isn't detriment to the rest of the team. What a great comment there. Yeah, letting up off those, putting a little bit of contact in, but letting off. So
How high is the excitement level heading into September 8th?
It's super high, man. But it's one of those things where you got to go one day at a time. That week 1 feel, especially when you play the last game of the week, it can kind of get a little antsy and anxious. You try to wait till you get into a routine because we've been waiting for week 1 since we heard the schedule. So it's kind of like trying to tell yourself it's not it's not right around the corner. Let's try to go day by day, but the days have been stacking up fast, and to think that next week is already game prep and we're heading towards that way, it's crazy. But that's what we're working for. I'm excited, but I'm still trying to get better, make sure I'm ready for that day.
Josh, with a lot of the young guys too. How you doing?
I don't want to fully watch the whole clip just because. So go check out the Minnesota Vikings channel there. But good gravy. Let's see. We checked out the herd. Oh, let's see if there's any. Let's go to first take. No, we didn't see anything. Oh, Kay Adams, man. Can we take a moment and say, as much as I didn't like her on Good Morning Football because she was a bit of a homer. I like what she's been doing on the Kay Adams show. She's been bringing on a bunch of random players at different times. You know what I mean? Giving people a voice. You know what I mean? She brought a bunch of Vikings in, right? So she's been quite supportive of the Minnesota Vikings. So if you get a chance to watch her YouTube channel, or if you got a Roku TV, I know she's on that during the day, if I'm not mistaken, in the morning. But let's see. The biggest hot take, or the biggest, not really hot take, but good gravy. Daniel Jones taking down Anthony Richardson. Good gravy. Oh, and who was it that was calling Travis Hunter a bust? Because that's a heck of a bold statement there. Where is that? Was that on First Take? Who called him a bust? I can't remember. Is there anything about our Minnesota Vikings? Let's see if I search 1 year ago. Not really. Let's see what we just see if we can find any recent posts. Mike Florio talking about adding wide receiver Adam Thielen to the roster. What do you guys think about bringing?
Here he is now. Hi, I'm just trying to make sense
for a little reunion and maybe his farewell tour, because he'll definitely retire after this year if he comes home. He could be there, something pretty reliable with very, very little reps, right? We can essentially get a lot out of his reliability and his ability to be comfortable in the system while Addison's gone. But I feel like with Ty Felton and the rest of the crew out there, it's not a massive necessity. It's more like a luxury than a necessity when it comes to picking him up. But if, league minimum, out of respect for what he's done for the organization, something like that, I wouldn't be opposed to that. What do you guys think? Because he's given us some freaking spectacular moments. He has given us some clutch one-handed catches in the end zone or to keep drives going. Undrafted free rookie with us. We all know the story, right? So, maybe he's earned that respect. For us to kind of bring him on back. But league minimum, I wouldn't be opposed for that at all. Let's see what Mike Florio has to say on the matter, though. Later, Sam.
This is another thing from there will be something in the Cowboys docuseries that will hurt you. There is definitely something in it that hurts me.
Yeah.
The Herschel Walker trade.
Right.
What a debacle that ended up being. And it's so funny because Cowboys fans lost their minds when they did the deal. Like, this is horrible for the Cowboys, and it ends up laying the foundation for 3 Super Bowl wins.
Okay.
Canceled his 3 games of the season due to his recent guilty plea to a lesser charge of DUI, but it's still.
So Vikings exploring a trade with trade options at wide receiver. Unfortunate, but I don't think it's anything to be worried about. I think it's just kind of their due diligence. But I doubt they're gonna give up anything.
Enough to activate the mandatory 3-game suspension. Jalen Naylor is week to week with a hand injury. They need somebody.
Right.
And I don't know, really. I mean, this is part of the game we play in advance of the roster cut down. Do you trade for somebody who could be cut? Do you wait to see if he is cut? Does a team keep him on the roster a little bit longer to squeeze a draft pick out of the Vikings? But
potentially,
the Vikings are now in the market to try to do a deal to get some depth at the receiver position because they're going to need it for 3 arguably winnable games to start the season before they go to Dublin to face the Steelers. The 3 games out of the gates, well, the Bengals game not going to be easy, but 2 of the games winnable. They just need.
Yeah, Mike Florio always talks out of his ass, but I am not in favor of them going out and picking up some random dude and just to add to the freaking mix here. But yeah, no go, Mr. Florio. If anything, we pick up, we sign league minimum or get some really, really cheap deal for Thielen just to make it work if we really desperately need someone. But let's be real. We're good, baby. So that's where we're going to bring it to the end today. Skol, baby. I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's live. Take care, guys.